Hey, welcome back guys. This is Tyler here with Orion's Tactical. Thank you guys for watching. Today I've got a Ruger LCP. This is a really popular little pocket gun. It's a 380 auto. Really small. Be great for a backup gun, a boot gun, maybe even concealed carry for like a primary gun. It wouldn't be my first choice just because this is a 6+1 capacity, so it'd be more of a backup type gun. But I'm going to go ahead and read off some specs here of this. This thing weighs 9.4 ounces unloaded, and then loaded would be 12 ounces. So it's really light. It's only 5 1/8 inch long. That's from the barrel back to the end of the tang here. The width is 3/4 of an inch wide, so it's really thin too, just under an inch. The height on this from the top to bottom down here is 3.5 inch. The barrel length is 2 3/4 inch, so it's just under a 3-inch barrel. This gun was made in 2008. It's a double action only. A lot of people don't like the trigger on these guns because of the double action only, and pretty much what that means, I'll go ahead and show. This gun's safe, the magazine's out of it of course, it's not loaded, but every time you go to fire this gun, it's hammer fired, so you can see the hammer right back here in the back. So if you were to insert a magazine, charge the gun, and then fire it, every trigger pull, you see how it moves the hammer? So every single trigger pull, you've got this long, really long trigger pull. Then it would cycle. You don't have a reset or anything. You'd have to come all the way out to there, and again you'll see that the hammer moves again. So it's double action only. The trigger, it's not too bad. It's pretty heavy because I mean it is supposed to be a carry gun, but the trigger pull on it's really long, and it's hard to predict when it's going to break, so you just kind of have to ease back with it until you get the break. It's 380, so it's a pretty good carry round. It's pretty much like a short 9mm. It is a 6-round magazine, so you have a 6+1. And I've noticed with these mags, you put it into about there, and it kind of hits a wall. So if you push in on the mag release, it kind of makes it easier for that to go in. So when you insert your mag, you really have to slam it in there. It's really small, as you can see. My hand covers the complete pistol. There you can see about how wide it is. There it is compared to like a fingertip. So it's really small, really light, even when it's loaded. The features on it, you don't have an external safety. You just have your mag release here. This is your takedown pin, and this right here would be your slide release. So you can lock the slide back to the rear, but on these magazines, after it fires that last round, your slide will not lock back to the rear. So when you fire your last round, all you're going to get is a click, and then you'll know that you have to reload. So it's pretty straightforward. It's got fixed sights on it. They're milled right into the slide. I think this one actually has some white fingernail polish on it just to get a little better sight picture, but I do believe they come just black, straight from the factory. The grip is not too bad. It's got a nice texture to it, and this little groove right here, your thumb sets right in there real nice, so it feels really good in my hand. You can get a pretty good grip on it. Really nice little gun. I've had this one for a few days now, been carrying it around. and it's very, very concealable. You can throw this in your pocket, gym short pocket, in your belt line, in a boot, ankle holster, any of that stuff. This is a great backup gun. This is not my firearm. It's actually loaned to me for the video. But I really like this. I've actually seen that there's an LCP 2 and it has a few upgrades. It's actually a single action only instead of a double action only, so the trigger in it's a lot better. It actually has a trigger safety similar to a Glock, and also the grip is a little bit wider on it, different grip texture, and I think these magazines from the LCP will work in the LCP2. Also, the LCP2 has some forward cocking serrations and stuff like that, so Ruger's done a really nice job with both of them. I'm going to try to get my hands on an LCP2 for a later review, but right now we're just going to talk about this one. Now, just for a size comparison, I've brought a Glock 26 out, and a lot of people think of this gun as a really small, deep concealment gun. This is a double stack. It'll hold 10 rounds in the magazine. So this is pretty small, but compared to this Ruger LCP, the Glock 26 kind of looks pretty big. So there's a little bit of a size comparison for you. Let me see if I can get these laid out there so you can kind of see it. So the grip length is about the same. The Ruger's a little bit shorter. As far as the barrel length, you can tell it's a lot different. Also, the Glock is a heck of a lot wider, so you can see there the difference. So that's just to kind of give you a little size comparison, just for reference, just to see how small this gun is. It's super tiny. You can tell by looking at the barrel there that there's not that much difference in a 380 and a 9mm. It's just like a short 9mm. So it is a decent self-defense round, but I for one would not make this a primary carry unless it was just like an instance where you're needing to leave in a hurry and you just pick this up and threw it down in your pant pocket, or while you're out mowing the yard you've got it in your gym shorts pocket or whatever, just to have something on you in case. But for me, this is more of just a backup gun. Be a really good backup gun. I'm actually thinking about getting one of these myself. I'm not sure if it'll be the LCP or the LCP2. So really nice little gun. I really like it. The more I'm working with it here, the more I'm really liking this gun. So I'll go ahead and, well, let me show you a comparison as far as a full-size gun. I've got a standard full-size Glock 17. There it is, stacked up against that. So that'll kind of give you an idea just how small this little pistol is. Really tiny compared to a full-size. And also compared to the baby Glock, you can tell there's still a big difference. As far as taking this gun down, there's a pin right here that you kind of need to get behind, and you just pull out on it. And someone was telling me that if you pull the slide back slightly like this, it kind of relieves some pressure on it. And I don't know if I can get this tool in here or not to pop that pin out. I might be able to. So you just pop that little pin out, then you let your slide go forward, and you're left with just your frame. So there's what the frame looks like, and then here's your slide. It's pretty similar to how like a Glock slide is. You got your recoil spring here. There is a metal guide rod, and you can also see that there is 2 springs here. They're non-captured, but it is a dual spring. So that's your recoil assembly, and then you just pop your barrel up and out, and there's your barrel. Little tiny guy, like I said, it's just under 3 inches, and then you have your slide. So it's pretty simple to break down, fairly easy. Just reverse that when you want to put it back together. Drop your spring right down in there, and the guide rod, the metal part, you want to have that in that little notch there on your barrel. So just stick that back down in there, put some pressure on it, get it down in your barrel, line the rails up, slide it back on, and then when you put this pin back in, if you'll notice, there's this tiny little spring right there. You got to kind of put the pin back in at an angle and press down to get this back in. See if I can get it on camera there. And you're good to go. But that's just a kind of a first impressions tabletop review. Like I said, I've only been carrying this one for a couple days, 3 or 4 days now, but from what I can tell, I really like this, and a lot of people that I know that carry these really like them too. So just keep your eye out for a part 2 video. Hopefully we're going to get out and do some shooting with this and see how accurate it is, and do some testing with it. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you do, be sure and hit that like button. As always, if you're new here, go subscribe. Got new videos coming each week, so keep your eye out on that. And yeah, guys, that's going to be it. So till next time, this is Tyler with Orion's Tactical. You guys take it easy.